Shitcoin.com.
Yo, shitcoiners, welcome back to the weekly roundup. This week, the market's been a little bit boring, a little bit up and down, but your favorite crypto Twitter personalities, they're finding a way to pass the time. There have been some big bets going down on the future of Luna. So Algod Trading, he wanted to put a bet on against the CEO of Luna, Do Kwon, for 1 million USDT on if the price would go up and down. Algod Trading was obviously saying that it would go down from today's price. Well, a few days ago, the price of $88. Do Kwon thought it would go up. And obviously they used a third party to hold the funds, a custodian, and that was named as Kobe. In less than an hour, Kobe had received the funds, so he said in a tweet addressed for Algod Trading versus stablecoin, Luna price bet appears fully funded. See you in a year. If you thought those numbers were hefty, GCR jumped in on the same bet, but 10x, Kwon put his money where his mouth is and accepted. Good friend of Shitcoin.com, JMO managed to get a bit of action as well. Was this too good an opportunity to pass up? For those of you looking for an explanation of the terms, here you go. So this raised a few interesting questions because Kobe was now in possession of $22 million in USDT, which he had just sitting on his MetaMask. So he tweeted, okay, I was happy to hold 2 million in a browser extension, but since the bet is now 22 million for safety purposes, I'm going to need to move these funds through Tornado Cash and delete my Twitter account. Kobe seems like a pretty trustworthy dude. I don't think he needs the money, but the memes flowed in. Here's a glimpse into Kobe's future. So up next, Michael Saylor, he's been tweeting yet again. He said USD consumer inflation will continue near all-time highs, and asset inflation will run at double the rate of consumer inflation. Weaker currencies will collapse, and the flight of capital from cash, debt, and value stocks to scarce property like Bitcoin will intensify. Elon Musk, he replied, with what we were all thinking, it's not entirely unpredictable that you would reach that conclusion. However, he did do a little bit of shilling. He said, as a general principle, for those looking for advice from this thread, it generally is better to own physical things like a home or stock in companies you think make good products than dollars when inflation is high. I still own and won't sell my Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Doge for what it's worth. Nice, Elon. Gonna make it. Elon's had a bit of an interesting week as well. The head of the Chechen Republic reached out via Telegram. Well, not directly reached out, just put out a post mentioning Elon, or Ilona as he's now known. Here is what Elon is going to have to do to compete with Putin, according to the head of the Chechen Republic. CBDCs, they're everywhere at the moment. Here's a title of Fox News. Oh, please no. Next up, we have an interesting read from Arthur Hayes. Basically, he's telling you that the world is burning around you, but it's a very interesting read if you want to get a handle on his thoughts on the current state of the world. Definitely worth a read. Anyway, let's lighten the mood. Here's Hard Rock Nick.
I need every custodian to integrate Avalanche right now. I'm looking at you, Anchorage, Gemini, Fireblocks, Anchorage, Hex Trust, Kraken, Anchorage, State Street, Boney Mellon, Anchorage, now. This is a PSA brought to you by Rap.com.
Do you have a Bored Ape? Well, today you may be receiving some ApeCoin. So they tweeted saying introducing ApeCoin with the hashtag Ape. A token for culture, gaming, and commerce used to empower a decentralized community building at the forefront of Web3. They also went on to say 60% of this total supply of ApeCoin is allocated to the ApeCoin community, a portion of which, 15% of total supply, will be available to claim starting tomorrow. The airdrop, consisting of 15% of total supply of ApeCoin, will be made available to Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT holders, Bored Apes and Mutant Apes, as well as BAKC. I guess that's the canine one. I don't know. There's so many of these. I'm pretty lost. Anyway, airdrops. Everyone likes them. Davis, however, he's not into this one that much. He tweeted, "Some of you are okay. Don't buy Ape Coin tomorrow." While we're on the topic of NFTs, one guy spent 500k on a rare Pepe he believed was the only one to be being auctioned. Later, he learned that 46 of them were given away for free. He sued Matt Furry yesterday for $537,084 plus punitive damages and attorney's fees. Here's a funny one. Acura will sell you an NFT with your Integra, which you can buy in a virtual showroom. LOL. So imagine being a whale, and then someone says, no, we don't like you being a whale. We're going to take all your coins. That's what happened on Juno Network as Proposal 16 was passed. The tweet read, "This proposal aims to reduce the number of coins held by a whale holding more than 3 million Juno, total value of $120 million, to 50,000. So that's pretty rough. Also rough is this next tweet. So imagine getting liquidated while watching the greatest Pokimane thick butt compilation of all time. Binance love having your action. Supposedly they may be worth more than the sum of all European banks right now, according to Zuzu. I mean, he's saying hypothetically, but I mean it's quite realistic. Maybe CZ can go join Link's DAO on the fairway with his Bermuda shorts. Here they are. And we leave you with this, guys. Probably goes against what a lot of people tell you, but maybe you should stop betting on the people and start betting on the technology. Here's Pike Capital telling you how bad this aged. So he bet on people: Elon with Tesla, Danny with Ice, Spell and Time, Andre with FTM, and Sam with Sol. He said plenty that's missing here, but the main point is investing in people has huge upside. Yeah, maybe that didn't work out so well. Anyway, that was all for this week. Spicy days were had. Cheers. See you next week on the Weekly Roundup.